So I felt out of place many times in college, certainly not just one. From Well, even when I applied, I felt out of place, to be perfectly honest. And my application letter itself, I wish I still had it. I may have it somewhere, but I wish I did, because it talked about how I felt out of place applying. So that in and of itself, and how they should let me in because I was out of place, and that college should be a place where folks like me, right? What does that even mean? A student with a disability, a student's parents didn't go to college, a student that didn't really do well in high school, that was probably going to struggle in college, should still go to college. So I've got many stories after that, but the other thing I can say is that one story here at UM is a transfer student here, and I wanted to study forestry, so I took some forestry classes. And one of the classes I took was a dendrology class, and in that class, you learn all about the trees that are local to the area, and most students in that class had some type of forestry background. So they had a background in knowing what trees they grew up around, for lack of a better way to say that. And I had no experience. I mean, like, I grew up in New York. There was trees around, not a ton, certainly not the trees that are here. So having to identify those, and then we also had to spell all the names. So spelling is really hard for me, hard in a way that it's just not going to happen. But that's it. And the professor didn't allow spell check at the time. Anyway, I got through my first test, and I would have got a B on the test, but I got a D because of the spelling. So even though I had taped every tree branch and twig and leaf that I could find to my wall and slept like that and studied them as much as I could, I still flunked. And so he came up to me after the test, and he said, Amy, I saw that you got this, and honestly, I took off all the points basically for spelling, and you flunked. But is there something going on? Do you have a disability? And he said it in a way that was helpful to me. But I said, no, I got into college. I should be able to prove myself, and I don't want to go to disability services. I don't want to use their support. And if you're grading on spelling, it's for a reason, and it's important. So I got to just figure it out. Well, that was a horrible answer. I shouldn't have done that. I should have went to disability services. I didn't. And then I got a D in the class. And I wouldn't have if I would have just used more time and someone to assist me with spelling. I still know what those trees are. So I'd say that was a story in which I felt so out of place, and I was trying so hard to be in place that, it just was a no-go. And I was even offered support, but too stubborn to take it. So that's one story.